for the kiosk, every time we got the pole, we would hit a rock, or we get a pole and then hit a rock right where we need.
Well, it's right next to the ledge quarry.
Oh, that's nice, yep. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, these are great. Oh, these are.
I understand they're using a lot of farms.
Oh, that's a nice.
Yeah, because on these two, we can do the QR code, so you can put a map right to your. Sorry, you can put a map right on your phone. Just have a cool thing.
Shall we?
Yes, we shall.
They have these in each area that talks about that particular little ecosystem.
Yeah,
And then I took pictures of their very simple boardwalks.
And we are ready to go.
Nice.
So this is
Still on a boat.
still in a vote.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a meeting of the Town of Coventry Land Trust. Monday, October 27th, calling the meeting to order at 6:35. Go around the room and ask for your check-in so we can make sure that we have quorum. Lynn Carlson,
Elsa Block, Justine Johnson.
Josh Chase.
Read the grape. Art Chapman.
Rory Carmody.
okay, thank you. So we do have a quorum. We'll note that Reed is here as someone who has kindly stepped forward to do a lot of volunteer work for us. And so he's attending tonight. And maybe we'll be able to talk him into becoming our other member.
Good time, really.
Is that an extra?
We don't want to
sure.
pressure him too
Yeah.
much, but but maybe we do then some.
Subtlety,
So here. Josh, can you give us the evacuation instructions?
Evacuation instructions are you can go out either of those two doors, but you can't go out the doors outside, so you'd have to go all the way around, or you can go down this hallway to the end of the hallway outside and then right outside the doors.
Thank you.
Kind of a labyrinthian way,
Well,
but
at least we know where to go.
yep.
The new entrance looks nice, the new doors look
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
It's coming along. We do not have any minutes to approve from last month, so we'll skip right across that and we'll have to do it when they're ready, I guess next month or whenever they're available for us. So moving right on to the ongoing business discussion or action. Treasurer's report. We haven't spent any money, so we still have a current balance of $3,923 that we can use for odds and ends, and we also still have $708.15 specifically for signage. So we have that available.
Did you say on the report we have to spend it by
December of 2026.
Oh,
Yeah, we have a year. I mean, sooner the better, but yeah. I think we can probably spend that by now, especially if we're looking at those.
Yeah.
signs, yeah. So I'll move right on to 4.2 outreach and volunteer efforts. I think just briefly, I'll say the land trust day we had was very successful. We had a 500% increase in attendance since last
I
year.
know.
Crazy. We had five people attend. So, and I didn't get any negative feedback. So
Nope. And some were
Everybody
people
had a
who
good
came
time.
to the bundle foray, or no,
Oh,
the
tree
tree ID
ID
came
before.
based on
Yep,
that in
yep.
the invitation, yeah, so that was good.
I think that was a success too, that
Mhm.
there were a lot of people at the tree.
Wow,
ID.
yeah,
A
it
lot
was
of people.
packed.
The pictures that were taken, I saw those posted. That was nice.
Thanks to Elsa.
Thank
I feel
you.
like it's about
How do we communicate to Parks and Rec to see if they could remove the garbage at the end of the trail.
Yeah,
I took some pictures, but I don't have access to post them anywhere.
I would say send them to me and I'll forward them along.
Okay. Yeah, it's at the very, very, very end of the trail. There's a bunch of old junk there,
Mm.
but
You're talking about
large
the
enough that
barrel?
we can't. The
Yeah,
barrel
like
and
metal barrel.
tires.
Yeah.
The glass.
large enough that we can't carry out.
Take it out, yeah.
We can talk about that more at, trail maintenance, if I
Okay.
get to bring it up again.
Okay.
I did want to mention that along with some other trash piles. Other outreach and volunteer efforts, does anybody have anything? Rory, the raffle is all set from the Land Trust Day.
There were 3 people who entered the raffle, and there were 3 prizes, so it worked out perfect. Just, I'm gonna leave them, I just have to send everyone emails, but I'm gonna leave them here and let them know that they'll be at, planning department, so they can pick them up.
Yep.
And they'll have their name on it and so forth.
Yep.
Okay.
So Josh, you get to keep that bottle of honey in your office until they come to pick it up.
Sure.
That's one of the items.
And don't forget the gift cards with names and who's getting what, so.
Yeah, we got for us, a good list of people signing up, for some time, maybe hopefully an email list that will exist. So I have those names and emails. And yeah, I think ideas just whenever, at least for now, ideas that whenever we do any sort of event, we'll just draft something that's probably equivalent to whatever I would post on the Instagram, just to send out directly to those people. So yeah, I know I think a while ago, some old draft of a email list maybe was shared somewhere. So I will try to find that and add these names, so then can try to do that whenever we have events to share.
I'll look and see what I have. I know I had forwarded a while ago, but these are from every land trust days we've had, so.
Yeah,
That's good
I'm just
names
gonna,
on it.
yeah, compile whatever
Okay.
it is. I don't really even care if it's like Coventry specific events, like if there's any, it's not like you have to live in Coventry to come to our events, so it might as well have more people.
If you have trouble finding the email list, let me know, because I added a name to some email list somewhere. I think it was one that Jenna shared with me that had been from a fungal foray.
Mm.
And I added another name to the bottom of that from someone who was interested in being contacted. So if you can't find it, let me know. Jenna or I should be able to find that list. That's ready to go. Any other outreach or volunteer things going on? Also, thank you for posting those pictures.
I've got some other things,
Okay.
planned to, just like planned to have up there. Same thing as usual, if you go out, see stuff, take pictures of it. The next thing I'm posting is just like a little video of a buck from one of the wildlife cameras from a while ago. The wildlife camera footage is cool. I feel like probably ideally from our properties, but honestly, like, I feel like anywhere in Coventry is fine, so like, if you wanna use yours, I'm gonna obviously be pretty careful to wait a good while, before posting anything, cause I don't want them to inadvertently become game cameras, by our usage of them. But yeah, so just, there's that Google Drive folder. Anytime you take pictures on any of our properties or have cool stuff to share, just throw it on there.
I still need to know where that is. I don't have access to it. I don't know
Okay.
where it is.
I can find the email and forward it to you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I'll just re-forward the folder to you right now.
Sure.
Yeah, and ideally just let me know, that you've added something, cause I don't get notifications, and there's a good amount in there, so if you have added something, just like shoot me an email or something, just to give me a heads up. Yeah. That's one.
And Reed may want to be included on that too, if you're
Yeah.
taking pictures on
Yeah.
there, so. We have social media posts that Elsa does to
Okay.
try and get people interested in the properties. And so any pictures you have that show the wildlife, whether it's plants, animals,
Photos,
Okay.
videos, anything.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be,
nice rivers running or something
yeah,
like that.
anything. If it's gonna be videos, ideally, vertical, photos,
Mhm.
either way is fine. But I just sent you the link, so you
Okay.
can just forward that.
Yeah, thank you.
And if anybody has any trouble, adding to it, let me know, but it should be open for anybody to just chuck photos and videos in there. And, oh, there was actually another thing about that, if possible, within the folder, if you have a whole bunch of photos and videos from like one place or one day, you can either make a separate smaller folder and put those in there. I think that's what would probably be easier. That way you can just title the folder whatever it is, just because sometimes it's just like a picture of like of the woods, and I don't quite know which of
Where
the
is
places
that?
that is. So yeah, there's a couple examples of what that would look like in there, but if you just like throw in where it is and a date, that's ideal. Otherwise, if there's only a couple photos, you can just like change the title of the photo to what it is, just so I can share with people what exactly they're looking at. But yeah.
Thank you. Anything else under outreach, volunteer? Okay. I'll move on to 4.3 then with the land trust website page updates and content. I haven't actually created anything, but I have been doing some content collection on history. I went to the Tuxet Valley Historical Society a couple weekends ago. They're only open on Saturdays. And I got a really cool website that has the digital copies of the Patuxent Valley Gleaner newspaper. That was from 18 something, maybe even 1700s to 1850. Anyway, it's searchable, so you can type in words and whatnot, and it'll bring up a list of all the articles that contain those words. So I was able to find a little bit about Stella Hall. In the fact, I think we already knew this, but just it validates it that at Stella Hall, that stump pond, the swamp that's behind it was in fact used to collect bog iron that was made into rifles for the Revolutionary War. So that's something that we could highlight. Yeah. And, yeah. I haven't been able to find anything about why it went from Coventry Center Reservoir to just Coventry Reservoir and then to Stump Pond. So looking for the transition of that name. But that's something that I'm going to put on the historical part of the website. And then even more recently, I've been investigating Sullivan, because I was up there finishing the trails, which is why you have the new map in your package. And I was able to find that Ledge Road is named literally after the Foster Quarry Ledge, because that road was used to transport the granite from the quarry up to Route 117 and then also down to the railroad, the Fishkill Railroad, which is Trestle Trail. And can I get the key?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to show you guys this. I thought it was really cool. So
As well.
excitement. So I'm hoping to get this on the website as well. Let's see where is
For the kiosk, every time we got a pole, we would get a rock, or we get a pole and then we get a rock.
It's
right next to the ledge quarry.
Oh. No, somebody's talking.
That's us.
Is that us?
Yeah, it's us.
Okay, did I lose my?
And I just remembered those words being said.
Right.
On these, you can see QR code, so you can.
Yeah,
have it
yeah,
here.
Okay.
You-
It's gonna be
Right.
confusing.
You can put a map rate on your phone.
You can mute that.
Yeah.
Not there, but on the screen.
Have these with each
There.
area that talks about that
Yeah.
particular little,
Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
that doesn't make it so that anybody trying to listen can't hear us.
Nope, that's just our playback.
Like an echo?
Yeah, it's a little bit behind us in the grand scheme of things.
Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys was here's Ledge Road. We usually come in like right off 117, come down. And if we were to go past the parking kiosk, down a little bit further, you can see all this craziness in the terrain. And this is actually where the Foster Quarry used to be. So this is all the leftover remnants of that quarry. And you look at it in the way back imagery. Again, Ledge Road, we can come down and you can actually see a lot of the granite
Yep.
that is just left over there from the quarry. It's just sitting there. This is from a picture from 2014. That's the clearest one without the trees overhanging. But then when you come down here,
That's the stone
continue
house.
down, this is a current residence. But then if you zoom in here, you can see what I believe to be, I don't have any verification of this, but this is the Trestle Trail
Yep.
Railroad. And I believe you can see remnants of two of the foundations that were here, that were buildings used to put the granite on the railroad
Wow.
cars.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
That's like a garden now, I think.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know.
I saw there was like a donkey or a horse in there one day
Alright.
because I like walked that all the time. It was something in there.
It's so distinct.
Yeah.
It might be the foundations. But then this might be a pile of old
Yep.
granite that was
Mhm.
used to make the buildings that were there, or a remnant or
That's
something.
cool.
So the quarry itself, that's part of the Grote property now?
Yes, it is.
Oh, actually, I think back then when we did this, the land trust voted to change it to Ledge Quarry Conservation Area.
Oh, really?
Grote,
Oh.
but obviously it never changed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can think about that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes over
a long way.
the ledge, yeah.
It's quite a long
You can
way.
connect.
And,
So like, if we do wanna do signs, like the ones they have in Situate, this is like perfect little
Yeah.
sign information.
mhm.
That's the exact kind of thing you want to put on there.
So unfortunately, we don't have any trails in to this little place. I don't even know what it looks like, or if you can walk to it and see it, but
But that's an
Something
off property on the
investigate.
Kavanaughs, right?
that's correct.
Okay.
This part is on, the Kavanaugh property.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry, the Grote property.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And on my laptop, I had a map that actually shows where the property boundaries are, but the, Sullivan, yeah, so it's down here. But this is the Grove property.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that is something that I'm working on for the website, to put that history together. That's all I have. But if anybody's down in that area where that granite is, it'd be cool to get some pictures of that as well. I've never actually walked down that far. I've always only just parked at the parking area, and I've never been brave enough to go further on Ledge Road to see what's down here.
What was the quarry called?
Foster Ledge Quarry. And it's actually, if you were to look at one of the old USGS topo maps, circa 1975 or so, or they updated them. it's listed on there as a name.
Hmm.
It's right across. Alright. Okay, well, that was,
Is growth considered part of Sullivan, because it's not listed on our site?
it's not really considered part of Sullivan, so,
So there's no trails?
the map. Here. You guys. Yeah, there's one in your packet too, there's extras there, those, Josh and I printed them out. But you can see the property boundaries. Where I've labeled which property is which. And there's a very, very, short piece of the trail that goes over the Kavanaugh property.
Plus all the emails that were sent out, that also contained forest management plans for
Mm,
various properties and, the growth properties. And it has one of them, so it will have a map of the property
Mm.
description and such. So no, you guys should already have that in the emails.
Great. Does anybody else have anything under 4.3 for the website? Don't have anything to show you other than that. Okay, it is gonna be a work in progress. So if anybody comes across any historical stuff about any of our properties, that's kind of one of the major tabs on our, of the new website that's missing stuff. And it doesn't, we can just put little pieces up at a time. Okay, so 4.4 important calendar dates. I've got one, which is, March 21st, 2026 is going to be the Land and Water Conservation Summit. That's hosted by the Rhode Island Land Trust Council. That will be at URI 9 to 5, and it's a really great meeting. So once information comes out about registrations and agendas and whatnot, speakers and so forth, keep tabs on what's going to be going on with that meeting. Are there any other important calendar dates that I've forgotten about? People want to bring up? Things you've heard about that are upcoming?
Donna just had, I don't know if we had any actual dates. Yeah. Yeah, so things that might,
I forgot some of
need
it.
to be planned, oh, like the conservation easement strategy meeting of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. No, we don't have any other events as of now. For libraries.
Okay, so she hasn't heard about Maria broadband, so can't schedule that until we hear from Maria.
I don't see a land management plan for growth.
I thought there was one in there. I know there is one.
I may have it in the planning drive. The
Yeah, I thought it was in one of the emails, maybe the one that had all of them together, because there was a lot of individual ones. But I know there is one.
Do you wanna keep looking for it, or shall I
Keep going.
keep going? Okay.
But there's, okay, but there's no other like library events that.
No, I think, I mean, I know we want to have,
Yeah, those work out so well.
beekeeper ones with, Alvin again, to come and give his presentation on his beekeeping for me. But he asked us to do that sometime in the winter. When after his actual beekeeping tasks are quieter. And then we also have, Loughlin Gano
You know, Mhm.
from URI about the Fisher cats, but she's also gonna be waiting till winter.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but yeah, no, we definitely need to keep those on our, in our minds. It's something that we're gonna schedule. And, yeah, we'll be probably, again, coordinating with the library on helping us. So. Okay, well, if you hear of anything else that would be of interest, yeah, it doesn't have to be in Coventry, be anywhere.
The DM has a lot of programs. I don't know if we can get them to pull some of their programs or their presentations over into our area and do it in conjunction with them, but they have their staff given online programs and in-person programs
Okay.
quite frequently. They're quite active.
Hmm.
We
Okay.
can learn about coyotes, deer, turtles, bats, whatever. So it's just a thought.
Yeah. No, I think if we could tag team with them and the library together,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Yeah. Okay, thank you for that tip. We can take a look for something that we think would be interesting. Does anybody have any grant opportunities come up that you know of? Oh, no, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
skipped one. Thank you. Potential properties of interest, going back up to 4.5. Has anybody seen any land that we could potentially be interested in looking at?
Do we know what happened at Maple Valley of that property? I know the road's closed, so it's not
Yeah.
like they can do anything with it. Do we know if that's still for sale?
Maple Valley.
Mhm.
Zero Maple Valley.
Just past the
It
stream.
was zero, was it? Is it zero Maple
Yeah.
Valley or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
Has the stream that runs by it. We looked at it over a year ago, right?
Yes, over a year ago.
Yeah.
Is this the one we like weren't sure was actually for sale in the first place? Or
It
the one
was
that, like,
on, it
was
kept
and
going
then-
on and off the market, but we did, I believe we made an offer. Or we asked-
I don't think we ever did
But we're gonna,
because,
Was
we're
it
gonna
this?
do an appraisal?
yes. I don't think we ever made an offer on it because it's sold from out from under our noses.
But then it got pulled.
And then
And
it
when the
was, then
sale
it
was
didn't-
pulled,
yeah, then the
yeah.
sale didn't go through.
Right.
So, but we don't know whether it's back. I
Yeah.
don't think anybody's ever seen another for sale sign
Yeah.
on there.
Can you zoom out
Uh-huh.
and keep going? Right there, stop right there. All right, so that's that. One of the properties that I think we should contact is they own all of this.
That might have been where it was,
Right.
because there was
No,
a
I'm
pond
sorry,
there.
am I supposed to touch?
Yeah.
So, no, you got the corn crib pond
Yeah.
that goes all the way up here and down, and there's the access, and then I'm here, I own all of this, I own all of that, so eventually that and this, all this land here will be part of the land trust. It would be nice if we can acquire
I
this
think
and this, you have all that.
There's that pond, there is the stream there, because we walked it.
Mhm.
It's not it wasn't a big parcel, but it was a
This
pretty
is,
parcel.
this is a big parcel.
Yeah.
Okay. How do
Does
we-
it, can we see who owns it? If you click on that, doesn't
And
that?
no, this is not that
Oh.
same map, but I can go. Is it here, Josh?
Go at that
This
one.
Okay.
Although it has been running very slow today.
It is Monday.
Yeah. You gotta let it warm up into the week.
It was cold too, so it's Monday and cold.
This is not cool.
No, I know, but.
Am I doing that right, Josh?
You're gonna put in zero Maple Valley.
Oops.
I just zoom in right there.
And it's one of those.
Mhm.
And that's, yeah, and unfortunately, it isn't that smart, so it grabs anything that
Anything.
contains a
A zero.
zero in it. Yeah.
So we're, yeah, 19 here. I think this was it. Dennis Smith. That
Mm.
name sounds familiar.
Is that the same as the owns that property, the Smiths?
Corn Crib Pond property?
Yeah.
Cheryl Smith.
Cheryl Smith.
Mm. What's 26? No, it's not it.
So I think this is like a gravel, a gravel pit, some sort of quarry. I'm 58.1.
Yeah, does look like it's beat up a little bit. Okay. Well, I don't even know the first thing about how we find out if land is for sale. Glenn used to be our
Right.
So we're
person.
gonna cold mail
Right,
properties,
Right.
so if we get that letter finalized, we can send them directly to them and expressing that there are some abutting properties that might end up being part of the land trust, and if they'd be interested in helping us preserve that whole area.
I think
Who owns 57?
this was the property that we actually
Oh, really?
walked. Cause I know it was right on the.
On the stream,
the
that, yeah,
street,
that could be,
and
what's
this was the
30?
bridge. So this is. Come on. I want this one.
That's the Hayes
That's the
property.
Hayes, that's right, that's the name.
That's it, yep.
Okay.
So the Smiths is who we want to speak to.
Mhm.
Assuming that.
Or send a letter to.
Your case, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we don't know if
That's
it's for
assuming
sale
that
yet.
those Smiths are the same.
It's been on and off the
The
market.
first one's in David and Cheryl.
Oh, okay.
And 25, is that a totally different?
Yep,
Yeah, that was some weird corporate name.
Oh, really? Oh, because it, maybe whoever used to.
So this is probably the owner of the sand and gravel.
mhm.
Well, if they don't mind it anymore, maybe they'd like to donate it. Get it back.
Yeah, or, if they're, if they're ever finished with it.
Yeah.
Why not,
Why not?
Right, guys, I'm
So we got,
Because I'm sure some solar companies. probably do well.
oh, wow.
that's how the town got Carbuncle Pond, they used it up and,
Oh, yeah.
I know the Smith property has a forest management plan, similar to mine, so
Okay.
they're under forest management. Farm forest open space.
That's 28. So what's, if you go over to 25, yeah.
doesn't light up.
You have to give it a second. It keeps like doing stuff after you.
Okay.
Stop. Stop clicking. You're wrong, but
You
it's.
can click on it and it'll pop up.
I tried that.
It's not highlighted, so try it
gonna
again.
give you the middle finger in a minute.
Yeah, I know.
Instead of-
It's spinning middle. finger.
Yeah, that's right. Stop it.
Try clicking again, because it's not highlighted.
Oh, you got the fist.
And it's stuck. Come on. Oh,
There it is.
Oh, yeah, that went away.
It was
Maple,
Maple Valley Partners.
Partners.
Maple Valley Partners, yep.
So this is gonna, be. Oh, there we go.
Maple Valley.
23 lot 25.
So even a conservation easement would be good for that, so it's not all developed, keep it forest.
And then to tie it together, we would want to have this one as well.
Mm-hmm,
Dennis and Cheryl Smith.
mm-hmm. Get access to Corn Crib Pond that feeds Johnson's Pond, so that's, a good thing to protect those
It's
areas.
27. Is that still Smith's?
27.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I wonder if they live there.
They do, that's their
Yeah.
house.
If they would like to have all the area around them. Again, the conservation easement, they get some money out of their property, but they.
Yeah, it'd be worth asking.
Yeah, okay, exactly.
Okay,
Cool.
this Hayes property was for sale and they were gonna develop it. Somebody put a bid on it
Mhm.
and this for sale sign went away. And then all of a sudden it was back for
Yep.
sale for a short time.
And even before they decided to do the bridge, so it wasn't just so that the road was closed.
Right.
Even before that.
We could, I mean, I could submit paperwork for conservation easement on mine, 58.1. That's 15 acres, but I don't know because it's so small. I don't even know if it could be subdivided. But the property, 60 across the street, I'm definitely going to be submitting a conservation.
This guy
easement.
here?
Yeah,
Nice.
that had plans for numerous houses in there and I was able to
Got it down.
convince the owner to sell to me to keep it as open
Oh,
space
nice.
Well,
conservation area. I'm just trying to resolve, almost clear of the encroachment on the back of it. This goes right through the horse barn right there. They had a survey done and I'll be transferring some land to them
Oh,
to
okay.
erase that
So there'll be
encroachment
like a
and
little
then I'll
notch.
submit the paperwork.
There'll be
Sure.
like a little notch out of it right
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
And then what's this one?
That is
Oh,
part of the
interesting.
YWCA property.
Do they do anything with it or is it just?
Forest management plan again, managed.
That'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of,
Okay.
and what's nice is that, there's all wetlands running
Yeah.
through here. So, protecting, for me, it would be protecting the wetlands that feed Corn Crib, that feed Johnson's Pond.
Well, and it also gives us more ammunition when we go to put together appraisal and whatnot to say, this is, we scored it with such and such a score, so it's got a high score, it fulfills our mission of various mission planning and so forth, so. I think we can make these a priority. And these are probably already on your list. Just-
Have you guys ever, has anyone ever done an easement, gone through the process, know what the process is?
So we're in the process of purchasing development rights.
All right, so there is a process and everybody has always gone through it, so they know what it is and.
Well, we're creating it as,
As we go.
as we
Okay.
go.
No, fair enough, fair enough.
where is
but-
that now? Like, when does it go to the town?
Jenna had a note, which property was that?
That's the pedigree.
Pettigrew.
Jenna had a note about that.
Yeah,
I think
so
it was
that
appraised
is,
too, yeah.
I'm still talking to the appraiser.
Hang on, we're getting way ahead of
Yeah,
ourselves.
we're-
That's okay.
We're gonna have-
I know. It's
That was the only
new
property I
because
was
it's
thinking
like,
of
oh,
that
what was
could
that?
go up.
But, yeah,
I'm certain.
we can talk about that under old business. So we've identified under 4.5 some potential properties of interest, and we need to get that letter
Which is 4.10.
4.10 finalized, so. All right. So moving on from 4 to 4.6 grant opportunities. No, I skipped ahead. Grant opportunities, has anybody seen anything come through that would be something that we could apply for grant money?
Sent an email, because the work that was done at Lawton Farm for the Situate Land Trust was part of a DEM grant.
Mm-hmm.
And I went on the DEM site and looked around and I couldn't find evidence that that grant is happening. So I sent an email to the guy who was the contact before to ask if it was gonna happen in 26. He hasn't gotten back to me, so I did
Okay.
nothing.
Are we like, sorry.
Because I looked around the DM, but we had gotten grants in the past, but I'm wondering too, with the government shut down, if there's just kind of a moratorium on everything, posting anything. But
I'm just wondering, I know we generally want to like have more money, but I think in order to look for grants, I feel like we kind of have to have an idea of what exactly we want money to do. And I've kind of been getting the sense that like we keep talking about whether there's grant opportunities that we could maybe apply for but I don't feel like we have a concrete plan of what we.
So
use that money
the
for.
grant money, the grant that Situate applied for specifically is given to increase accessibility. So they would, I would think we could ask for help with the Sullivan
Parking area.
entryway, that's safe,
Yep.
to make that safe and accessible, as well as the little boardwalks to cross the wet areas.
Mhm.
That's exactly what they used it for.
As a catch-all, we'd always use trail maintenance, because that was opened up to a variety of things.
And they have the whole on the Situate Land Trust website, they have their entire proposal, like what they submitted for their grant. That's my.
Yeah. No, grants are tough because some of them are super, super broad and others are super, super specific.
Well, they require a match.
And they require a
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, that one did.
And
Yeah.
So I think it's, yeah, we either,
Use a
it's
percentage.
kind of a flip flop, right? We can identify specific things that we want to do with grant money and then try and find grants that meet
Yeah.
that. Or we can look broadly at grants that are available and say, oh, we could do this with that. And then get into the details. So anything that comes up. I think, and even the Rhode Island Land Trust Council, their website does have a list, a spreadsheet of lots and lots of different grants.
Mm.
Most of them are way beyond anything that, we can take advantage of. You have to have several $1,000s to be able to do things. They're not little grants. Like $5 million to buy 800,000 acres of property or something.
Why Rhode Island?
In Rhode Island, I was gonna say, yeah.
But yeah, so either way, but I think Rory's right in that we're gonna be limited on anything that's gonna be coming available.
Yep.
From the feds and also from the state. But we just gotta keep our eyes open. And the Rhode Island Land Trust Council does notify us if something comes up that's available, so that's kind of our go-to. Okay, but yeah, if we could find out if that DEM grant's gonna be available again, that'd be great. Okay, research updates. Did Jenna say anything about?
And she said there's
No.
no.
No updates, no updates. Okay,
No flies, no fishes.
no flies, no fishes. No fishers. There was one other. Animal, frogs.
Frogs,
Big
yeah.
thing about frogs.
Fishes for.
No, frogs is the.
Frogs is
the
the
one I
time.
had that kind
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
of.
nothing on frogs?
Nothing on frogs.
Okay. Reed, if you have any questions, please.
Yeah, I'm just kind of
Okay,
absorbing.
absorbing everything. Please interrupt. Okay, fundraising and membership opportunities, 4.8. Anything on fundraising and membership?
Do we have a Venmo code?
We're working on it.
What does that mean, Josh?
It means I actually got a response.
Wow,
This
that's
time.
progress.
Saying
So-
what? We don't have one?
We're saying we're working on it.
But like, okay. Do we have a Venmo account?
Not to my knowledge.
How?
I'm still waiting on the finance department.
Maybe we should go sit in.
I just feel like it takes approximately like 46 seconds for them to just make the account. And then it's done.
Mhm.
That's it. You don't have to do anything extra to get a code or a username. That's it. So I guess I'm just like, I feel like if there's something that we should do to make it clear that this is a very easy thing that we would really like to have, because it kind of controls our ability to get any money, like it's like, other than just having you keep nudging people, like, is there anything else that we can?
So I got people above me to nudge.
Okay.
And
Who
that's
you got
how
above
I
you? Who you like?
got the response.
Okay,
That's
So-
looking into it.
Yes,
Cool.
I'll keep on pressing.
okay, all right, well,
Would it help if
I
someone
can like
from the
show up at
land
somebody's
trust
office and
went
cry,
over
I
to the
don't know.
person
Probably
there?
not.
and say, look, we're from the land trust.
So,
We've been trying to get this Venmo
did
account set up.
anybody at Land Trust Days express a desire to donate and ask if we had a Venmo.
Not so much.
No, but also like,
We steered away from that because we know we don't have one.
yeah, I think generally when we have a table full of materials, including multiple different QR codes to different things, I think if we had a Venmo, people generally, or people that would know to even think about a Venmo would recognize, okay, there isn't a giant piece of paper with a QR code that says donate, i.e. they don't have a Venmo to donate to, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
that they probably did that on their own, if they
Yeah.
would have wanted to in the first place.
But we have had
Yeah.
other people ask in the past if they had a way to
Right.
donate
Mhm.
at other events.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't at this.
Yeah.
And when we do raffle, like the raffle prizes, they always ask, does this cost anything? I'm like saying, no, because we don't have a Venmo.
Mhm.
We say, but people are willing, I think, to make that, in that moment, to make a donation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you already have that
So-
from Linda.
Yes, so I can say then that people have asked.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes, people have asked. That feels
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
If it's, if we get patches and all that other stuff too, we got merchandise we can
Right.
attach to the
Attach
Venmo.
to the Venmo.
We're getting cool patches.
Cool.
But, Josh, if you wanna ask the people who touch the finance people, if they need us to go over there and create a ruckus, we can.
Mhm.
They would like a step by step on how to
Yeah.
set up a Venmo account and a QR code.
Elsa can go over there and say, push that button.
Like that would,
You
that's
see?
it. I'd be like, look up Venmo, press the create account, put in your bank, put in the information. It is so
Mhm.
simple.
Do we have an account?
Yes.
So then who controls it and who has the passwords? That's probably what they're trying to figure out.
They wanna say, okay, well, we relinquish control to you, Elsa, and go create the account. That would do that.
I'm sure they would.
I'm sure they'd never do that either, but it's just.
Yeah.
You don't trust me, Jim?
It's not me, that's the sticking point.
Well, truly though, like if there's anything we can do to get helpful, please let me know,
Mhm.
because the more that we are trying to, be more
things.
active on media and do more events, the more opportunities we're missing out on. And yeah, you can absolutely tell that people have asked,
Mhm.
so.
And remember, it's not a new town council, but there's new blood on the town council. They're all trying to get their hands around what everything's about. And there's gonna be 2 new seats coming up, right? Election November,
I'm
4 and 5. Yeah.
not too plugged into
Yeah,
that.
so there's going to be at least 2 new people. There's 1 new person already, so it'll be, a while for the learning curve, I think. About how things operate.
But even then, it's the finance people. that
I
have
hear
to
you,
do it.
But I think
Yeah.
that's why we're getting pushed back on some of these things. People don't
The
understand.
finance people don't
Yeah.
wanna bring on the wrath of the council.
Right, or they don't understand like how we operate
Mhm.
and, we're not taking any money out of the town budget for
Right.
anything.
We'll keep pushing.
Mhm.
Could take another year or so. We'll get there.
Don't say that.
Groundhog Day, it's a Groundhog Day.
That's great, Elsa.
Alright, anything else on fundraising and membership? Again, yeah, we can't really move forward with anything until.
Yep.
Certainly with fundraising and even membership. I mean, we have to be able to offer people some kind of incentive to become a member. And. Whether that's, if you buy a membership, we'll give you a patch or,
Yes,
something along those lines. Patch, something.
give you the scat shot. That's
Give
a
you the
popular one.
Yeah.
I do think it could be cute if there was like a little packet,
Yeah,
like when you,
Oh, yeah,
like when you adopt an animal from World Wildlife Fund, they
yeah.
send you like a
Plushie.
packet of information, a little like
plushie.
merch, and then that could be cute.
I think could make a plushie of Puddles Buckington and.
Yes.
Just any duck. And we don't have to make one, just any duck.
We'll call it. We'll call it. We can make little
Take the-
tags.
Take the scat chart, make it a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
We should add that. All right. Onboarding materials, and I'll move on. 4.9. We do have our list, our draft list of onboarding materials. We were gonna talk about that tonight, as this was supposed to be the special session. But in lieu of actually getting into the nitty-gritty of that, I think we just wanna think of other things that should be on this onboarding materials list. And then when we have our special session, which I'll ask for dates for in a second, if we could just write those things in addition to this list. So I know that Jenna has added information about the Rhode Island Land Trust Council, habitat assessments, and eBird lists for property as available. I'm assuming she's going to write those.
Yep.
Information about the Natural Resource Conservation Service and open meetings laws information. So I can add all those to the draft list that we have already. I don't know if you guys have your copies from last time, but there was a list of our properties, a map of our properties, a copy of the strategic plan we've created, the Land Trust Day task checklist, copy of our bylaws, copy of the town charter, who the current members are with their emails, area of expertise, and other contact information. A workflow that includes the purchase of development rights. A workflow that includes how do we actually purchase property. The current property scoring sheet and the current budget. So those are all the things that are on the list for onboarding materials right now. So Art, as you are, I'm gonna pick on you, since you're our newest member, is there anything else or anything that you've thought of that would be helpful for you to know, have in hand as being a new member?
Well,
I feel like he knows more than.
yeah, being a new member,
You
I
might be-
back in 2013,
Yeah.
so I know there's a lot of things, but when I was first a new member, I wanted to know what the rules and regulations for the land trust is, to follow. How it's established, what are the rules that govern how we operate, and then how everything gets done. How do we do the selection of properties? How do we do conservation easements? All the hoops we have to go through to get something done. What is the process?
Okay.
Just so we understand what, it's not just, all right, we vote on it and the property gets purchased. No, we vote on it, then we have to send it to the town council and the town council votes on it, and no. What is that process and where do I fit in that process?
That's gonna be hard to put together.
And then the list of
Really
properties.
know.
Yeah, think of like almost the decision trees.
Right,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, for me, those were the biggest things that I had to jump into to try to figure out. How does this get done? How does it, who's the people, the belly buttons that we need to talk to get this done, that done? What can we do? What can't we do? That was one of the biggest issues I ran into, was what can we do and what people in the town didn't think we were supposed to do. That was a big stumbling block for us. And it wasn't clear, in my eyes of reading the requirements of the land trust and what we are permitted to do versus their interpretations were two different things. I always came out of the losing side. So
This Land Trust Alliance document that was in that handout thing covers, I think, a lot of that, but it's not Rhode Island specific, and it's certainly not.
yeah, and I don't think anyone at the town manager or town council or the solicitor have read that.
We know we have a new solicitor.
Yeah, and that's who's.
Legislation and bylaws in here. That tells us probably, because that's probably
Yeah,
where
that's good.
everything is that can be known.
I think this would maybe kind of automatically would feel it might be useful just to have like a glossary, like some sort of list of terms that are not common terms.
Okay, that's good.
Like things like development rights and conservation easements and things that probably will be thrown around, but that are not.
I was, when I was researching, trying to work on that letter, I was reading all sorts of like legal jargon about conservation easements and tax law. I think that's the biggest thing is like, being able to explain to people what the benefits are to them from a tax standpoint, if they are to donate or sell their stuff. And there's different percentages that they can, like the percentage of the appraisal that they can claim. That would be, I think if we have a section on how to sell or donate your land outright, but then also sell or donate your development rights, we should probably be able to lay out the details. We'll probably need to have an attorney just double check it, but lay out the details of what that means for them tax wise.
I would think that's probably some of that.
Bless you. It took a little digging actually, and it
Oh, I imagine.
not in like a very well easily understood format anywhere that I went. And it was always just like, how to, simple understanding of what it is if you donate your property. Which isn't simple at all, but thank you. But yeah, the information is out there, although it varies by state too. Yeah, I don't know, maybe town. No, because it's your income tax is what you can claim it against. So it'd be your state.
I wonder if Jenna will have any contacts at DEM who might be able to help us at least. I mean, I know they have attorneys who must work on this stuff all the time and would be able to help us.
Do they receive conservation easements? Like, do they?
They take conservation easements.
Do they?
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a federal conservation easement, and I was thinking of, all right, would I do it through the land trust or would I do it through federally? There are two different requirements where the land trust could be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not as strict as the federal ones were, and maybe it can change to accommodate, the landowners' wants and desires versus, the other one would be a little more rigid.
Yeah.
DN put on a presentation about this few years ago about the federal versus state and such. Yeah, they had a presentation that they gave at it was West Greenwich at the time, at the behind the library is where they had a presentation that I went to, and of course I remember it.
Presentation, but not the details.
But no, so I know they have a presentation. I know they have people that are well aware of the differences in the two, because they have they did a presentation at one of our Rhode Island Foresters Conservators organizations events.
I know some of the other active land trusts, like Situate, probably has a good handle on what they do.
And it was legal in there. That's where I've been trying to poach as much from them as I could. And I couldn't find it really wasn't even on their website that it's an option to donators. It talks about how they conserve properties, but it doesn't talk about how you can contribute. It was weird. I was surprised. So I don't know how they acquire stuff.
Okay. Well, these are great ideas to add to our onboarding materials. So for next month, my goal will be to draft up a initial outline with all these items on it. And then, I don't know, do you think we can have, do you think collectively we want to have a special session to try and collect all of these before our next meeting? Or do we want to have this outline that I envision, of each chapter, and then work with that and have a special session after that to sort of actually collect the content. So that's what we need to do. I think we need to have, and just a suggestion I'm throwing out is to have chapter by chapter laid out, and then actually collect the content chapter by chapter, put it all together in one cohesive document.
I would say if you come up with an outline
Mhm.
and then give it to the trust, and then ask each one of us, all right, who wants what section to fill out, and then when you have a meeting,
Okay, yep.
it'll be my responsibility to bring this section
Right.
Okay,
And we can review
and,
it.
Okay.
and try to assemble it that way
Okay.
instead of a single
delegate
person
then.
Yeah.
Delegate.
volunteer.
Okay.
And I think
I've
that way
done
we
it.
can also get a little bit of a better sense of like what sections actually need somebody to like come up with something from scratch, and what sections we like
Right.
actually have the information in.
And what sections require going to Josh's office and digging through this
Mhm.
mysterious
Mm.
library of stuff
Yeah.
you think you have.
Yeah.
He does have, he
Yeah,
has it. It's there, good stuff.
In addition, we're gonna have the Maria Broadbent, is that her last name?
Yeah.
Come and talk to us at some point about conservation easement strategy, so she may give us a lot of material that we can include in this.
Who is she?
She's the assistant town manager.
Oh, that's right, she's up
Oh.
here, okay,
Fabulous.
that's excellent.
So she may very
When's
well
that?
have a lot of
I
information.
don't think we have a
can include.
date
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, we don't have a date yet.
Right. Okay, so for the next meeting, I will have a chapter by chapter outline. And then we will go forward with delegating each chapter to a person to collect their information, and then we'll have a special session after that to start pulling it all together physically. The best we can. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, there's my agenda now, I've lost the agenda. Letter for the potential acquisition of property. Justine, I know you had given us one.
Well,
Before?
multiple versions, because I found different versions in different locations, one of which was just written by ChatGPT,
Ah.
which was actually really quite good.
Uh-huh.
But
I agree.
Let's go for simple.
yeah, but it just was a question of kind of what's the tone we want to take. So I don't know if people had a chance to look at it, and if not, we can always do so before the next meeting, but I was trying to I think the first one is the one that I wrote. Yeah, the first one is the one that I wrote. No. And then the other two were adapted from this AI example that I assume AI found it by looking at other similar letters that Land Trust had written.
I did go through all of them. I read through all of them, and actually the very last one,
Mhm.
I've found more pleasing to read. You know, particularly I'm looking at it as someone who potentially would receive one of these letters.
Yeah.
But there, I did have a bunch of questions, and I didn't.
Yeah, the second one was the AI one, and then the third one was me playing with the AI one and adding some of the letter I wrote and just trying to make it a little bit more like.
Congenial.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So,
And you asked for tone, and that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say, is I think.
Because we don't want to give too much, I thought it was just the right information, we don't, because we can't answer all the questions. And it's almost like you're drawing them in, so they want information.
Yeah.
So I liked the last one, I thought that gave us the best, without being like, and this is how you do it, and write a check. It just-
and is it appropriate to include their address and parcel number? Like we've got our eyes on your property, or is it more, should it be more of a, just generally, this is for landowners?
It depends on you know, how much effort is it to create one of these things? If it's just a boilerplate letter that it doesn't have anything, then you know, people may read it one way. If it's,
That's true.
if you mention
Yeah.
their address, you know, we actually took the time to
know you.
look
Yeah.
at your address and.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more, I think it's important that we include in a non-creepy way, include the address and if possible, like. Maybe even like a sentence about. Like something specific about why we're interested in that parcel, cause otherwise I think it's gonna come across as like this just got sent to
Creepy.
every single person in the
Yeah.
entire town and like it has nothing. to
Well,
do
just,
with
it
me.
specifically says that they own one of the remaining undeveloped
Right.
larger properties in the town, so I think it would be
Right.
difficult to go through each one and be like, let's see. this
Yeah,
one
unless
has
there's one that we're
three.
absolutely, really
Right.
want,
Yeah.
then we give them a special letter, but other than that,
Yeah,
everyone would
yeah.
have a most
Right.
We
boilerplate.
might be able to be really specific with a letter to these folks here,
Yeah.
the Smith,
Yep.
Yeah,
the Smiths say, you know. We've got a great pond here, we've seen the river.
Totally.
Yeah, they have access, public access to the pond and
Yeah.
Yeah,
fish and
so
recreate or
we
whatever.
gotta have one that's more boilerplate
Mhm.
template and one that
Mhm.
we can then adapt. to
Personalized,
be-
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
dear Mr. and Mrs.
now
Smith.
in the examples that I found online, the human being whose address and all that info was you. So
So
how do we do that? How do like, who do they contact?
I think they contact me, I tell them when the next
Meeting is.
meeting is,
Mhm.
and then, they show up,
Okay.
and then,
Mhm.
we,
Get on the agenda, yeah.
give them the hard sell.
Excuse us, your name?
Don't make us come.
But would we want to, like, would we want to initially get any information from them? Let's say, for instance, that they happen to know that their land appraises at $5 million. In which case-
Step,
No,
that's
yeah.
too quick in the process.
I'm just saying that we can't even talk to them if that's.
No,
You know. Cause we don't have $5 million.
well, and we can't say we know any of that stuff. It's more just a general, like for a good first date, you know,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, most of my, like, I don't know what my land appraises for.
Yeah.
Right.
I couldn't tell you.
And I suppose if it was $5 million and there was a grant that was.
That way we might be able to actually go after
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
And it's interesting because you want people to consider the donation versus, oh, how my land is worth 5 million, I'm contacting a developer tomorrow, thanks for the info.
Right,
Right, so we want to avoid that
but
too.
there is an appraisal as part of the process, they're gonna learn that. at
They
that
will
point.
learn that as they,
Right.
on the
Hopefully by
second
that
date.
point, they'll have. the
They like
intention
us,
there.
and they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah,
That's the second date.
yeah,
And actually, one of the first steps is for us to go out to the property
Yes.
and do a site visit.
Right,
So that could be sort of our lead in,
they have to
right?
invite us to do that,
Say,
right?
We're interested in your
Yeah.
property, we can see, you know,
Yeah.
that it has all these features on it. Would you be interested in having us come out and do a site visit so that we
Mhm.
could potentially move on to the next step of having you
It's,
give us
Is this a
development rights?
discussion when they first come to a meeting, or is that in the letter?
when they first come to the meeting,
Okay,
they get information and we tell them next steps.
okay.
That's how we've done it.
If they're interested at all, please
Yeah.
come to a meeting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna change the set up a no obligation confidential conversation.
yeah,
Is
because
that what
nothing's
this, like, in-
confidential.
Right, so,
That's a little too legally.
yeah,
yeah.
we'll change that to coming to a meeting.
I mean, if they have questions and they call me, I'll be happy to answer them.
Okay,
So,
Yeah, what the processes and things like
Yeah.
that.
oh yeah,
Do you want us to email you with comments or questions, or you want to talk about them now?
that's up to Madam Chairperson.
How many do you?
Just a couple. It was all, it was on the last one. If we focus on the last one. So the first sentence was the Coventry Land Trust established to protect and preserve the community's natural, the blah, 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 blah. But, there was something in our bylaws or whatever for the rural look of the town or something like that. I thought that might be
the
a good
character
of the town. I think that would be a nice one to just add in there also, not to make that list too long.
Okay,
The last sentence of the first paragraph, this is not a binding offer. just an invitation for you to learn, potential opportunities that may exist to I would add to preserve and protect your land. Or, I don't know, maybe for future generations or
Yep.
something just a little soundbite. This is for long-term protection of your land. The next one, by partnering with the land trust, you can help ensure that sensitive lands, I don't know what sensitive is. That's a little left open. So consider that wording, whatever you want. And then dropping down, you've already caught the last one. Last one that I had was the confidential conversations. Nothing
I
to
think
do with
ecologically valuable
Exactly.
Yeah.
instead of sensitive.
Historically and ecologically.
Is historical significance even on our ranking sheet?
It is.
Is it? Okay. Ecologically and historically valuable lands are protected for future generations.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Well, do we want future generations twice? So that sentence, if we add at the end of the first paragraph, says that may exist to preserve and protect your land. Period, or, just saying, I don't think we want the term future generations,
No.
two sentences in a row.
Yeah.
I could take the future generations out of the second paragraph. Just say, you can help ensure that ecologically and historically valuable lands are protected while realizing financial benefit.
Yeah.
Do we want to put in there while realizing financial benefit? Means that people's goals right off the bat.
It helps sweeten it.
And they may not
Possibly
always-
realize sometimes.
But it would be would that be more appropriate for when they're here and we're having a discussion with them versus initial letter? Are you interested, or maybe the financial is what would drive
Right,
them
yeah,
closer.
I fear that is the
Yeah.
case.
And if they know a developer is gonna give them money, now that there's someone else in the competition, they could see that,
Oh, yeah.
so I could protect. It may not get the same money as the developer would give me, but I would get some,
But they are realizing a financial
Yes.
benefit no matter what they do, whether it's a tax write-off if they give the land.
Yep, development rights, yeah.
Right, or the,
Yeah.
yeah, so in no way are they going to end up with no financial benefit. So it is a fair statement.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely.
No,
a
it's,
fair
yeah,
statement.
and especially if you have development people looking to purchase things too, they don't have to think
Our
they have to just,
competition.
yeah. You don't have to donate stuff, there's more mentions to it than just
Yeah.
a straight donation.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good job
Alright.
with these.
Well, what do we do with it?
I'm going to make these changes and then I'm going to create a whole bunch of them and insert name and address and parcel number and get them ready to go. Do we have like letterhead ready?
I was just gonna say, is there a letterhead in?
I do
We
have
have
land
letterhead.
trust letterhead,
Yep.
With our new logo or no?
not with the new logo. I'd imagine it'd be pretty easy just to, once I have a copy of it, just,
Paste it on there.
Do you have already printed
Paste it.
letterhead?
I do not
You
have
should
printed
use? Okay, then it does-
letterhead.
Is
it
it a
makes sense
Word
to switch
document?
them.
Yeah,
Is it like a Word document or
Yeah.
something? Oh,
it is, because I
then, yeah,
changed it
just-
when I was doing letters for donations, I just added your name.
Swap the picture.
I mean, I have a color printer at work, so if I have a good version, I can just, I don't buy letterhead anymore. Just-
You don't have to.
So would Josh's name go as the signature? Sincerely.
That-
Josh
No, it would be
versus
the
Coventry
land trust.
Land
Yeah.
Trust?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Person, yep,
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so from Jenna.
I guess, yeah, so.
That's,
since we-
yeah, that's how in the past the plan would sign it,
Okay,
yeah.
so.
All right, so I'll do one, like the clean final copy with all of the appropriate names and such, send it out
Mhm.
to everybody to just be like, yes, that's good, or if
Okay.
Jenna says, oh no, I don't want my name on it,
Okay,
or whatever.
okay.
If you want to fill out completely, put my name and address on it. If
Okay.
if that's gonna be the
Yeah,
structure,
our inaugural letter.
yeah.
Well, the unfortunate thing is we don't have a lot of people who could give testimonies to how this is a great thing for, you know, because it hasn't been an easy process
Yeah.
for people, but we could say Art is making this plan too with his property, just as a reference, so someone has someone else to,
Absolutely,
you
yeah.
know, work it off of. So that could be a helpful thing.
Yeah. I mean, I can sort of see how we kind of caught between two rock and a hard place here, right? So send all these letters out and then all of a sudden we have all these people who are coming forth saying, I mean, I don't think this is gonna happen. But theoretically, you could have maybe two people say,
Yep.
okay, we're ready, let's do this. And then we have to turn around and tell them, well, it could take 2 years.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to
Yeah.
straighten that 2-year process out.
Yeah,
I just don't want
I
us
know, I
to
know.
jump in
yeah,
with both feet or we're ready.
yeah, I mean, just as an, aside, the Mende property is actually starting to, move now.
Okay.
We've got a, purchase and sale agreement.
Oh.
We are looking at, survey, companies to actually, go out there and, you know, say um, development rights is for this piece of
Spot.
property
Right.
and is exactly here, here, and here.
Mhm.
So the major roadblocks seems to have been removed.
Where is
On
the
that.
mandate?
Farm. Down Farm Road,
How much is that?
property wise,
Like, are they getting donated or purchased?
It's
it's a development right.
Purchased, yeah,
So how much are we spending on that?
85 grand.
It's not a big piece, it's obviously not a big parcel. And
Do
then
we have
the-
an
the-
update on how much money we have in our?
I was gonna ask
Yeah.
that too.
I have asked, I have not heard back yet.
What? Maybe they.
That should come
They
up,
can't.
that should come monthly with the
Please.
treasurer's
Yeah.
report
So
on all accounts.
last I
It's over
heard,
$1 million.
which was when we were buying the Mende property or the development rights, we had 2.1 million.
Ooh,
And it's
when I
only
left, it was
gone up from there.
700 something thousand.
Yeah.
Well, we
Nice
just,
job.
but we're trying to
I
spend
can't spend it. That's the
600,000 on
problem.
that Pettigrew, right?
But I don't, but it's not gonna be that much because
Yeah, I'm so
as
glad.
I felt, they've recognized it was being appraised for too high.
Yeah.
So that's stalled right now. Which I'm glad happened, honestly. As long as it doesn't mean we don't end up getting that property, like I think that's a good reason to give it a second look.
Was it William and Nancy?
I believe so.
Sorry, we're getting way out of,
Yeah, there it is.
yeah.
Yep.
So they have a really nice piece of property. This is the house. You drive up the driveway here, there's a house and like a garage.
Yep.
Barn, outbuildings and stuff. So my understanding is they're gonna, they'll keep using this.
Yep.
And then the development rights, I have no idea what they're gonna stake out, but it could include the wetland down here and then go across.
Go
the
up
back.
there, yep.
I
up
think
there.
it's, yeah, I
Get
think it's
all
like the top
forested
third.
area. Oh, okay, it's
That bottom right side is almost a trail developed, kind of a
there's
walking,
trail
that's
that
as far
goes-
as we went, and then you can go all the way up
Here.
there, yep.
How many acres is the property?
So it'll be there.
I thought 9, but I don't know.
Yeah,
And this one.
if you scroll in, it might be, you might say. Oh, yeah, if move the cursor to, yeah.
15 acres.
15 acres.
Oh, good, that's the same
Yeah.
size as my cover. Nice site.
So yeah, so it'll be this back half then, or back
Yep.
portion.
Yeah,
Which
because
is
they're gonna
all
stay in the
wooded
house,
and
yeah,
everything.
we gotta maintain that,
And the wetlands can't be developed anyway,
right.
so there's no need to pay.
We were doing the walkthrough and I stopped it because I saw something and then I realized there were two guys in tree stands and like, okay. Look. So yeah, they'll be leaving soon. Okay.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Wasn't that good? Well, camouflage, yeah. It's a pretty property.
All right. So we're finished with the letter, 4.1, so let's move on to 4.11 draft monitoring template. I don't know if anybody had a chance to look at this. I did not. So, but Jenna, I guess she's working on it. She said
Yep.
monitoring sheet in progress. So again, this isn't anything that we need to be rushing on, but it's something that we want to keep on the agenda so that when we do go out to a property, we take note of specific things that are going on.
I mean, these seem pretty simple to fill out.
Yeah.
I would think a goal would be to start implementing these next year.
Mhm.
Start the year up and make plan to hit every property and
Yeah,
do
get started on it.
an assessment.
Now, would you guys feel comfortable having this in digital format so you could fill it out on your phones? Or
Yeah.
would you want to have it as a paper copy? Or both?
Both.
Yes.
Could you just, cause you have ArcGIS, like every access, right?
Yeah. Survey
We
1,
can
2,
do- yeah, we
3.
can do survey
Yeah.
1, 3.
That way it
That
will
allows
allow
us
us
to
to
also
there.
do, like, if there's any like specific geolocations we wanna mark of
Mhm.
something, we can do that too.
Yeah. Did anybody take the draft monitoring template and add questions or subtract questions?
Not yet.
Okay. All right, well, we can certainly talk about this again. We'll keep it on the agenda and then just, sort of move forward with it slowly. It's not as though we're gonna be going out this winter to fill it out, probably.
That's a good time to do it, though. You can see
Yeah.
more.
You can see,
Miss
yeah,
Seymour? Hate the cold.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see, so moving along to 5.1, the Pettigrew property. This was supposed to be taken before the town council on October 14th, I believe it was, and then they took it off the agenda because they found problems with the appraisal. Thank you. I was struggling for the word. The appraisal, the process of the appraisal, I guess, in addition to the amount that it's worth. So do we have any further updates on how this is gonna move forward, Josh?
Not at the moment. That was one of the things we were gonna talk to Maria
Okay.
about. I did contact the person who did the survey and said, hey, we've gotten some conflicting info, and he's standing by the appraisal.
Okay.
So
But you don't know the specifics of what they. had-
what did
had
they
an
like,
issue
yeah,
with.
yeah, so it was how the appraisal was worked out. So the on the Mende property, it was the amount of the developed property minus the property with no development rights on it, and that gives you the amount of the development rights. The appraiser we use for Pettigrew, his argument is that if you take away all development rights, the property then becomes worthless. I'm not an appraiser, but that doesn't sound right to me,
No, no,
But
but
wait, that would
so-
suggest that it would, should appraise low. Or you're saying the entire, oh, you're saying because all of
He's
the
appraising the
value
whole thing.
is in the development rights.
Right.
That if you take away the development, right?
you take away all
Yeah.
value.
Yeah. And from what I read, and I wonder if I downloaded any of this. Okay, I didn't write it down, but one of the places that I was looking, and I'll look at it again. I think they said that it reduces the value. I'm trying to remember if it was 40 or 60%, but there is some like acceptable percentage
Mhm.
that it reduces. It's not all
Yeah,
by any stretch.
yeah,
So,
Yeah, one's gotta have some innate value.
well, and
Yeah.
what's the value of that property to a developer?
I think that's what they're
Right,
saying.
so
is
if
how
the
much
value of a
it's sold
property
for.
to a developer is, let's say, $1 million. And this came in at 60, because
Because it-
600,000, that's 60% of the value, is that
Oh.
accurate, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So wouldn't that be accurate?
was that part of the calculus is what?
No, I know that they, with development rights, they don't assess it or appraise it based on the market value if you were doing like development, you know, obviously it would be more. If you're doing like to sell it to like a developer or something.
Was there not in the appraisal an explanation of their methodology?
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, that's. Okay.
I have it in my
So,
card, but that's what it is.
The idea is that this appraiser said that with the zoning in
Right.
place, we could put
10 to 15
six,
houses.
10 to 15
Right.
houses. And each house would be worth what, $120,000. And if you add all those houses up, then you get the $655,000.
it was, it was, that's what the property is worth with the development rights intact. It isn't with a house on it, it's just the raw property with the development rights intact.
But he must have pulled that number by saying with development on it, it would be worth this much.
More.
Right, so he pulled it by comparing it to recently sold properties
Okay.
in the area.
For development.
But
Yes.
you're not purchasing it, the value of if each house is worth $120,000, because you spend $100,000 to put the house there. So the
Right.
development rights is just what a developer would have to buy.
Pay,
To
right.
buy the land.
Right.
They would then have to invest all the money to put in all the utilities and the foundation,
Well,
build the house and all of
the
that.
town has to put in the infrastructure, they have to put in the roads and all that other stuff, which would be an
No, but like
enormous
septic
expense,
and all,
yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
all of that
yeah.
stuff, so. The purchase of the land is usually a minor portion of the overall value of a developed piece of property. Right?
Not these days, because I'm trying to
Depends on
think,
the site.
do you remember the green camp? We were going to purchase the green camp, do you
That
know?
was before my
All right,
time.
we're
That
gonna
was-
purchase the green camp and we had an appraiser, an appraisal for it, and I can't remember what it was. And I wanna say, let's say it was 300,000, but I can't remember that was actually it. We went back and forth, and then a developer came in and just threw money at the camp and they sold it because it was much more than 300,000.
Mhm.
Because the idea is that the development being able to put in, and the houses are gonna go, you know, they're gonna go in for 400 or 500,000, do you know what I mean? So that was the difference. That's how I always interpreted it.
They were trying to anticipate what
Right,
each parcel of land plus the
What they could
house
sell
on
it
it,
for,
what they
yeah.
could sell it for
Right.
after
But
it
that's
was
why we're
developed.
never gonna be competitive with a developer,
right,
because they're always gonna
Sure,
have,
right,
you know, be able to flip it.
For more, yeah. Do we know, like, the green camp, have they done anything with the green camp?
Not, I don't know.
I forget who bought it.
But that's why we have
lost it,
to be able to appeal to the landowner's interest in preserving the property.
Mhm.
Because, yeah, if they don't have an interest in preserving the property, they're not gonna accept anything that we can offer, because they're
Right.
gonna be way lower than anything that they could give it to a developer for.
Yeah, that's why I think if we focus our initial mailings on the folks that are already in the Farm Forest Open Space
Yeah.
program
Mhm.
per the town,
They're a priority.
those would be,
Yeah.
good targets to hit.
And I think as far as like, we could spend a bit of time trying to understand exactly what the issue with the appraisal was, or whether we're just gonna turn around and get the same number or not. I seriously doubt that if this continues, we're gonna get a higher number back, and I think regardless, like, we've made our decision about the property at the price that we have, and
Mhm.
it's not our responsibility to figure out what
No,
the issue is,
no,
and so
correct.
they'll tell us once they figure it out. But
Right.
but that's not,
Yep.
like,
That's not us.
we've done what we have to do at this point, and unless they come back and they're like, actually, the appraisal is for $1 million, then I feel like we just see what happens and hope that there isn't a huge.
Yeah, but is anything happening? I guess have they put it back on our lap to do something? To,
Well,
Jenna?
No.
Josh has done what he could to ask the appraiser to reconsider his appraisal
I'm
Any-
guessing an
no.
appraisal,
or fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the next steps, as far as I'm aware of them, is we are in the process of trying to find somebody to basically check his work.
Okay.
Because we're not sure. You know, it was done appropriately. We want to get somebody else to either say yes or no.
Standard way of
Do
doing
we,
it.
do we
or
have
no
to pay,
council.
do we have to pay for another appraisal? Cause I don't think we have money for it.
We don't. We'll lose it.
Right,
We've lost the money
yeah,
for the appraisal. Now it's gone. It's been paid, right?
right.
Yes.
The appraiser's been paid.
As well,
But we still might get all of that back. If the sale goes through, we can still get all of that back.
sure, but I thought we have to do another appraisal to check this appraisal.
if
No.
someone's gonna check the appraisal, they're gonna have to repeat.
You're gonna have
a lot
to
of the
pay them
work, right?
some-
Or then
Pay
just
them.
go through the appraisal maybe.
Yeah, we wouldn't get a full reappraisal.
All right.
It
okay,
would
good.
be just, here's the appraisal. What do you think
Okay,
of the appraisal?
And how are we gonna pay for that? Do we need to
We're,
potentially allocate that out of our budget?
yeah,
That's our responsibility? Like, cause who exactly is
we
the
have-
person that identified the issue with it?
Town.
The town.
Council.
yeah.
So how is that not their responsibility then?
well,
Like, if they have an issue, if we have said as the land trust, this is the amount that we were told, and this is the
Right.
amount that we're willing to pay.
Yep.
And the town council is now saying, we don't think this is accurate. How is it not their responsibility then to determine whether their assessment, like, it's not them questioning our work. It's
But then,
them
but then it's
questioning.
never gonna happen, because they don't have a.
right,
Right, because they don't have any money set aside to do this kind of thing. This is a land trust activity.
and I think what's frustrating for everyone, and ourselves included, is that this has been going on for 2 years. And the town had accepted the appraisal when it was submitted. We didn't hear anything about the appraisal. And it's someone we use. This is not like a new appraiser, right?
It is, well, so I've only used 2
Yep.
appraisers, since I started, and the appraiser that did the Mende property had a conflict of interest, so she couldn't,
Yeah.
do, Pettigrew.
Okay.
So I found, this guy, through a, bid.
Yeah, okay,
And we didn't even have enough money to pay for him. We had
Right.
to get money out of the planning budget to
Right.
help pay for the appraisals, so. We're really in a really in a
Oh,
bind
yeah,
here.
and plus it's, like I said, 2 years, this is frustrating, especially when we're trying to get people interested
Yeah.
in doing this.
All right, well, Josh, if you could let us, keep us in on the loop, and
Mhm.
if you're able to find another person who,
Is the person who had the conflict of interest, would they at least be able to do this?
review his work.
Not if there's a conflict.
Yeah,
They can't participate in any part of it. Because their decision of saying, this is true, or they're right, would influence that outcome.
I can always ask him.
Um. Yeah, so I guess we need to find out how much it would cost to get the land appraised by somebody else,
Yeah,
Yeah,
or to review the existing appraisal.
yeah,
and-
review the existing appraisal,
Yeah.
I thought it was very thorough, I mean,
Mhm. So then we can
So
make a
this
decision.
is where
whether we need
I'm
this.
confused with the process. So it
Mhm.
went to the town council. The town council did not vote to go forward with the property. But yet they didn't toss it back to the land trust.
it never actually got to the town council.
Okay,
It was pulled before then.
Town
It was,
council meeting.
By this
Yeah.
Marie person?
yes,
but that time it was that the town has had the appraisal for a long time.
yes.
It's not like they just saw it last week, they've had it for almost a year.
So I've had the appraisal for off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
Okay,
But I thought the appraisal was good.
yeah, we all did.
I mean,
Right, so it seems like we need to first hear from Maria about specifically what's wrong with it. And,
Or what she doesn't like.
or
about
what
it.
she doesn't
Two
like
different-
about
two
it.
different
Well,
things.
she's really the one
make
who.
sure it's at a meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
If
Can we get
if there's
her here?
issues,
no, we
Get
wanted
it
a
here.
council meeting.
Oh, at a town
Mhm.
council meeting.
Jenna's waiting to hear what. So yeah, was it she needs to come to the town council meeting, or
We
she
need
needs
it
to
on the
tell
record.
us?
yes.
We need
Okay.
it on a record, an official record, whether it's here or there,
Okay,
what the issues are.
And does this person even have the authority to question our, insert themselves into our our
Right.
approval process? It's supposed to be the town
That's what
council.
the issue is, like this is, it's not like we're asking for them to spend any money and they need to like do their due
Mhm.
diligence to make, like, it's not their money, so that's why I'm just confused why they have the right to say, I don't like this appraisal, so now you have to spend more of your money because I'm telling you I don't like it, but it's not my responsibility to prove that or like explain. Like, I just find that
Right.
strange, because it's not their money.
And they may not like it, which is fine, but.
I don't like it either, but we
We agreed on it, and
And
there isn't
apparently-
the easement, and that's why I talked to Doug about, does the town council understand what. How the land trust gets its money from the real estate conveyance tax, how we do our due diligence on it, and understanding what property or development rights are, that he's still paying taxes, whoever is still paying taxes, the town of Coventry on that land that we have the development rights to, so it's a win-win in some ways, because we have this beautiful piece of protected property, and he's still paying taxes on all of it.
Mhm.
So do they understand that we're not, the town isn't losing anything really, because the money's not coming from them,
Mhm.
they're keeping the
and
taxes.
that's what we wanted to say. when
That's what we
were
wanted to say
town
at the
council
at the
meeting.
town, just in case there's any question of understanding what development rights mean, or what easements rights mean. So they have that information when they're making these decisions.
Yeah, so you guys are absolutely right. How do we find out why Maria was able to pull this from the agenda of the town council? I just,
I mean, there's been a
and there's
lot,
nothing in writing that I've
Right.
ever seen that stipulates what the appraisal has to consist of.
right,
It has to consist of X, Y, Z. There's nothing written that you were able to give to the appraiser to say these are the specifications
Right.
that you have to follow.
well, I did tell him that it was for that the appraisal was for the development rights.
right, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, of course,
But there was nothing that said the town
And you
of
have to do it this
Coventry.
way.
right, exactly,
Yeah.
You have to provide this versus this versus this. He just did a standard
right,
appraisal,
Yeah,
thinking that that's what we
Right.
required. So,
And I mean, there's been a lot going on in town lately. We've been having the town council meetings around invoices and
Yeah.
previous solicitor and all this other stuff. So they're hyper focused, I think, on any type of spending and stuff. But if they, again, this has been a 2-year process, and we did everything we were supposed to
And
do.
it's not in their budget.
Yeah, I know.
It's complete, I mean.
I know.
It's not their budget, and if the reason that she's flagging it is because she wants to save us money, like if she's thinking like you're gonna get scammed on this or
Well, she
whatever.
doesn't understand, because this says easement rights, and we were talking about development right, not necessarily easement rights in that in that purchase of Pettigrew
Yeah.
property.
But if that is the case, like, okay, then figure out a way to do, like,
Right.
to do the appraisal, because then
Right.
we don't have, like, we don't.
Right, so when we bought the Bowden property, we had to go to the town council, and they questioned us, because I think we were spending 300,000 or something, because we were getting
Mhm.
matched from DEM. And the question is like, where does this money come from? And we're like, from the
Money that's set
the
aside.
real
in this account.
estate, right, levy, that it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with state.
And that's fine,
Budget
that's their
yeah.
purpose, it's.
Right,
for
exactly.
People
But you gotta
insert
ask the
themselves
questions,
into
yeah.
a process that they're not according to the bylaws.
Yeah,
They're not a part of that process, and who are they to insert themselves?
Just a question, like something you just said about how they're not gonna lose anything.
mhm,
When I was reading, the town will lose something
Yeah.
because they now start paying taxes on the new value
Yeah.
mhm.
of the property, which might be 60% less than
Right.
it was before. So
Okay, but that's fair, yes,
Yeah.
but they don't lose, but it's still a win, they're still getting money, and none is gonna touch that property.
And they don't have to deal with police, fire.
Well, the infrastructure
road
alone for that,
infrastructure.
where that process
Garbage.
is located, it would be, I think, millions for the roads.
Right,
Um,
so.
And
just
regardless,
the
like,
physical stuff, never mind the schools, fire, police,
Yeah.
rescue, all that other stuff.
and also, I just feel like regardless that it doesn't matter, like, that's not
Mhm.
their right to
Right,
be
was
like, well,
they don't have to like it.
like, they
exactly,
don't,
yeah.
well, it has nothing
Yeah.
to do with them, it's
Okay.
not, you know.
So Josh, I don't know kind of where we're gonna go from here, but I think we have established that we need to find out why Maria was able to pull this
When, or we've
from
asked
the
her
town
to.
council. Yeah,
and we-
What's
when we
her
looked at that,
authorization?
she's the assistant town manager, right? So somehow
I don't know
she
where position,
looked at this and said, oh, no, I don't want this on the agenda.
Mhm.
But what gave, like Art, and Justine have said, how does this give her, and Elsa too, how does this give her the authority to pull this from the meeting?
And,
Where we were well prepared to justify the cost.
and secondarily, how do we get it back on the
Mhm.
so.
So that something you can help us with,
I can certainly try.
okay? Not that we want to be antagonistic towards her, but
No, but that's a quick way to deflate
Right.
the motivations of
People-
that's why I left
yeah.
the land trust.
yeah,
The honest truth is the solicitor and the town manager stopped me at every turn.
everything we were trying to do.
Yes, I couldn't even get to the town council.
really
Frustrating.
did both, it was really
No,
very frustrating.
The land trust was in complete agreement of the things that we wanted
Yep.
to do. And they didn't like it and shut us down. And they had no authority to do that.
Right,
And I think especially now that we're like officially recognized.
Yep.
Like, it's not like we need somebody's like approval,
Mhm.
I mean, at all, so anyway, that's just very frustrating to me, and I think the big priority needs to be. Do we need to figure out a way to get another appraisal and. Like, period, for whatever reason. Are the people on the council that are rejecting this as it is? Do they have any ideas of how we can get that to happen? And the most important piece is how do we just get it back on the agenda? Because the big piece is, it's not their money. We have agreed that this price is something that we're willing to pay. And that I also think it's important to communicate, like, because this has gone on for years,
mhm,
and because we're trying to make this process more robust and popular, the value of just getting it done at this point is probably greater than whatever value we could gain back if an appraisal was done again for some amount of less money. Like, at this point, the highest value thing we can do is just get this done with the money that we have agreed we're okay to spend, even if the appraisal is terrible, even if it is a
yeah,
bad one. Like, at this point, there's the most important thing is just
Right.
getting this through so we
It's
can
our
like,
money.
show proof
We've
of concept
done
that this actually
everything.
works
Yeah.
for anybody else.
Scared, because that big land that went
Yeah. Oh,
for years.
And the other thing is an addendum to this is specifically how much money do we have in that account and what's the account number? Because I want to start keeping track of it in the budget.
Right.
What is in that account?
They can't, and then they'd all be down at the ACI if that were the
But
case,
we-
because it's so.
We need to chase that down.
Yeah,
I just really need to chase that down.
yeah.
We should easily be able to get a report of the
I mean, if we have to file
financial, the
Freedom
town.
of Information Act
FOIA
request, we'll do that.
Well, I mean, the town, guy who, or the person that controls the money in the town, they're supposed to invest all of our money and, you know, what kind of returns are we getting and, you know, what's happening with this money?
Okay.
Mostly according to the bylaws.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're putting a lot on your plate there, Josh.
Yep.
If you need us to do anything,
Right.
let us know.
Mhm.
Okay, everybody all set with Pettigrew?
Yep.
Okay. Moving on to the Andrea property, anything happen with that? This was the one that they were going to donate. They came to the last meeting and they told us about this little piece of property that they were gonna donate. Have you heard anything from them, Josh?
I haven't heard, from them.
Okay,
But they didn't wanna pay for like appraisal.
right, right.
And we don't have any money for
Right.
appraisal.
Right.
So do we need to wait until Pettigrew goes through and we get that appraisal money back? Or like, are we always gonna be in a position where we can only be negotiating one deal at a time so that we can keep getting our appraisal money recycled?
Why can't we use the main budget?
We-
It's all
we
part of a purchase.
Because we can't
We can't.
guarantee, like, we do the appraisal to determine if we're gonna
We're
wanna
gonna
purchase
purchase
it. And if we don't purchase it, then that appraisal money didn't actually go to purchasing a property. It's like ridiculously convoluted and insane and doesn't make any sense. And there should be a separate, we've talked about like, there should be a separate
Line item.
fund
for
that
appraisals.
exists
Yep.
specifically for appraisals, but there doesn't. So,
Right, so how do we get a word for word, what we can use the proper, the funds for? The protected funds, what can it be used for? Because the way I read it, the way the state law that established the Coventry Land Trust says that we can utilize it for even managing the property.
We were told that even when we were purchasing Bowden and Sullivan, the only thing we could use those monies for in the land trust was for purchase of properties. Only thing.
But that's not what the words say.
No.
That's my problem. That's not what
I
the
know,
words
that
say.
was
I agree
always
with
our
you,
problem
'cause
as
that's-
well, yeah.
That's what we were told
That's
too,
what
and
we were told,
I totally, I tried to buck the system.
Mm.
I said, no, it says to manage the properties also, and part of that management is, hey, these forest management plans.
Mhm.
That's what we did.
No, and even the last one we did, I believe it was at that time that the solicitor shut us down then too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's the solicitor? He is not
Nick.
supposed to, I know,
Oh.
He's not supposed to have a say in this.
Yeah, no, I know, but,
We need an attorney to do pro bono work.
we had a town manager who was an attorney, when Brian was here,
No,
he was the planning director, he was an attorney, and he would say the same thing, and he went on to North Kingston. Just, he threw up his hands and said, no, not worth it. Yeah. Oh, God.
and now we have this huge account
Yep,
that we can't do anything with.
and even when we bought Bowden, we were able to get, I think, 300,000 from DEM and 300,000 from the account, so we even saved money,
Right,
because we didn't do for the whole purchase of it.
Well, and some of the grants we looked at and didn't end up applying for were, it specifically said they could be used for appraisals.
Yes.
So I
Those
think
were-
we have to keep our eyes out for that.
Yeah.
But to Elsa's point, it would be nice if we had properties in mind,
Yep.
so we could say, we need X amount of dollars to appraise this property because it has this value and. Yeah.
I think we need to find who wrote the tax law. And, or who's,
Is it a tax law? They
it's
were
a
referring to?
real estate.
It's a real
conveyance
estate
tax.
conveyance tax, that's how
It's
the
at the
land trusts
state-
are funded, that's from the state level, yeah.
We need to find out who interprets that law, and let them tell us what we can do.
Well, you know,
Not rely on what the town's telling us.
one of the new town council members is a realtor, so maybe he would have a better understanding of property purchase and things like this too.
I'd rather go somewhere completely independent
Yep.
to get an objective opinion of the interpretation of the real estate conveyance tax, how it can be used. I don't even know where to start to look for that, but
I might be able to send an email to the Rhode Island Land Trust Council.
Oh,
No,
you
that'd be
guidance from
great.
them, that would be good, that'd be
Yeah.
great,
yeah,
good idea.
that'd be really good.
We can't be the only ones fighting this or going through this.
God, I hope we're not. Like, I hope we are in some sense, but I also really hope that we're not.
Okay, that'd be great, Josh, thank you. Okay, so with regards to the Andrea property, I think we just are gonna wait for them to tell us that they want to donate their land and that they had gotten it appraised. I mean, I don't,
Either that or.
it's
cut
not,
costs down.
yeah, it's not enough of a, it's a what, 1 acre piece of property. So. I don't know.
I think we just wait on that.
Wait on that,
Variance,
yeah.
figure out variance division.
Okay. 8:30, we're gonna try and wrap this up. In a half an hour. I think you can do it.
Yep.
6.1, boundary markers and signs. I put together this version of the Whipple maps that you guys didn't have in the pack, so I didn't get it to Jeff in time. This one, okay. Thank you. And this is
Thanks.
what,
Thank you.
my proposal is for coloring the other
Ooh.
trails. So, and this was with Art's help. He sent me his former map of Whipple. Because we keep going round and round about what to do with our signs and boundary markers. So the yellow trail is already marked. That's the
Mhm.
one that we've gone around and put up the wooden signs for. And it's supposed to be a loop because it's very convoluted in there. So that one, the yellow trail is currently in existence. All the other trails, we need to assign either a name or a color. And I was proposing that we do the colors because we have these signs already, the signs that we bought
Mhm.
with the money. And there's, the colors didn't come out very well.
I stole a bunch of the red and yellow.
I saw that.
I haven't used them yet. I'll bring them back, but I was gonna put them in my photo.
So we have a dark blue and a light blue, a dark green and a light green. We have a purple, we have a white, we have an orange and a red. So if we spread those colors out, this is just what I'm proposing. So
So my only comment
Mhm.
here would be that there is a spot, I'm assuming it's here. That little place
yeah.
where it's
the
like you
comes
stand
together.
there and it says yellow every direction.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
like, I can imagine somebody getting confused and just doing like this loop over.
Yeah.
Over and
How do I get out of
this?
this?
So at that intersection,
So
it's
when-
very difficult because it's open, number one, there's no clear path, it's just an open area with, hard path. There's no clear trail
Where?
right at that intersection where
Yeah,
the
but
loop comes
What if,
together.
what if yellow is this big loop
Mm-hmm.
and this loop was a different color?
Well, we could do that, but now we have to go back and take all those signs
Signs
down.
down.
Was it a lot? I'm trying to remember.
So I was getting them up.
No, just on the little loop. I'm just trying to think how much is on.
There were probably, because there were two at where the bike path intersects, up at the top there. There were two there.
Hmm.
There's one at at least one at the bottom of the hill. There's a couple right at the intersection there to direct you to go back to the parking lot or back around the river. And then there was at least one more along this area here at the curve where the house is. So there's probably, all told, there's probably between 6 and 8 yellow trail signs already up on trees for that loop. Because this was supposed to be the perimeter loop trail,
Mhm.
but it is confusing. So we
Can I-
can definitely change it.
Can I
That's
make a
the
suggestion that
consensus.
maybe solves the,
Mhm.
I don't know. Could we just make it, like, would there be less work to do if this just moved to here? Like if the yellow became out here, maybe this little thing was white instead? And that way it would
Mhm.
actually be the, I'm suggesting
Yeah.
that maybe the
That That's
yellow
the
go where
perimeter.
the white is,
Yep.
because then that actually is the perimeter.
Mhm.
And then it looks to me like that doesn't actually have that one spot intersection. And I assume
Yes,
it's
you could do that. That
Yep.
would be a
That'd be-
solution.
Yep.
That
fewer.
where the
change.
south white goes into the yellow, that's where the bench is.
Yep.
So
The
this
scenical.
little first piece here. There's, we'd have to clear that out a little bit, because it's
Mhm.
very, very brushy,
Mhm.
so. But that's not too hard to do.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that we could solve the problem. Thank you, Elsa, with changing the white to yellow and making,
That little connector could be white.
and just deleting that part
Mhm.
or something.
Isn't that
No, you
that
can't
hill?
Delete it. Yeah, that's the
Just
hill
that
that
way,
goes
but
up.
The hill could be
See,
white.
that white.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So, we're gonna
still a little work, but not
make
quite.
this yellow.
I thought there was a trail that went from the bike path area through the woods, across the field out to the,
That's the upper,
from
That's
here.
this, that's this,
That's this one?
the yellow.
yep. That borders right along the field.
Oh,
Yeah. This part up north is all the cemetery stuff.
okay, all right, I got you.
Yeah. There's no trails through the cemeteries.
So we didn't mark any of these.
None of these
Other
other
colors.
ones are
Nope.
marked. Nope, so we have carte blanche. But if you think that it makes more sense to change the colors, I'd rather have the dark blue be light blue or the whatever. I just randomly
I don't
shows.
see any benefit one way or the others.
Okay, so do we need a vote? I don't even need to know if we need a vote on
I don't
the
think so.
colors for the trails.
I'm gonna go with no.
I would,
Can
I,
I
I wouldn't, I wouldn't,
I
I
just
wouldn't
have
think
one-
so.
Does
Yeah.
anybody
Purpose,
feel
but-
strongly that we need a
I
vote?
just have one comment.
Okay,
Is
I want
orange,
five. Is what?
orange is not marked.
and how many markings are in here? On the yellow? Just cause if we really wanted to,
There's 1, 2, 3, there's like 6 there as well.
I thought
okay,
you were
just on,
colored.
just on
Oh.
that stretch.
I'm
Yeah.
color deficient, so
Okay.
that's why I told her mark it whatever color you want.
The orange trail is really not really even a trail.
Okay.
It's just the entrance, yeah.
I put it in there because if you go this
Oh, I
way,
see, yeah.
there
Mhm.
is a boardwalk right here to get across this wetland.
Mm.
But then what happens is you come out here and then you walk, basically you're walking along the lawn and the
Oh, okay.
culvert that
Yeah.
drains water
Yeah.
from south Sandy Bottom.
Okay,
So it's not really a trail,
okay, so then never mind. I have
but you
other
can get
suggestions.
confused because it looks like there's part of a trail there because of the boardwalk.
So how, if our markers are these little things that go on trees, how are we going to mark the orange area? We're gonna just like put little posts, like hammer in posts? or
Yeah, I
something
think
for
I think there would be enough, I mean, once you get out of the woods right here where the grassy area is, you can see the building where the
Mhm.
parking area is, so we probably don't even need
Okay.
to put signs along there.
Okay. Cool.
Okay,
Cool, yeah.
all right. Wonderful. So then the next plan is to set a date when to go out and work on some of these signs. This is what we've been here all night for. Sorry. Steve.
That's fine. Are you going to make each color a different shape?
They're all diamonds.
They're all diamonds.
They're all diamonds, then it doesn't help people see
Lovely.
color well.
Yeah, well,
But can we put red? Can we write red on the diamond?
I don't know if they're, I suppose if you got some
Sharpie.
kind of
Yeah.
Sharpie. Had good penmanship,
Mhm.
we could write on them.
Ones we
How
don't have
long
anything
it
lavender.
lasts.
Long.
We've already
Sienna.
purchased these.
Oh,
Right.
okay, all right.
These are in Josh's
Yeah.
office,
All right.
that's why we
So
have,
something to think about for the next one we do.
Yeah.
Are these all the colors that we have?
those are all the colors that we
Yeah.
have.
Maybe we just
They
got a
came
Sharpie,
in-
rewrite on it.
They came in a
Yeah.
package.
Yeah, in the short run.
I think honestly, if we just have. Well, wait, where's the dark green trail?
That's the
Okay,
one,
they're far enough apart.
yeah, it goes to the,
The two blues. I think are also far enough apart. So I kind of feel like if we just had like the first letter of each color. Like on the center of the diamond, that would probably be effective.
Or
Am I wrong?
abbreviation. You could
Or
do
LB.
LT,
Yeah,
ELU.
But the reason I was saying they're far enough apart is like, I don't think somebody is gonna. Like, I think if there was. I think them being far enough apart makes it so that we wouldn't even need to do LB and DB, like, I think. If they're
If I
following
saw a
through,
diamond that just said B on it, I'd assume it was trail B.
Right,
Whereas if I saw LB and I had the trail map, I'd be like, oh, that's light blue.
Yeah.
That's just me.
that's why I was thinking LT, ELU, and just, and we'll do nice penmanship.
How many people are color deficient?
I
it's
don't-
low-key a good percentage of people,
Yeah,
mostly men.
Mostly
but-
men.
mostly men, yeah.
Well, I would,
Lexi
go
is-
on with the way you playing, just, put them out.
next time.
As as a research thing, see how much feedback you get, and we can adjust accordingly. If we get any feedback, maybe some people will figure it out.
And usually, are you red-green?
Yes.
So. I mean, as long as we don't have. Like, as long as those two colors are not. Like directly adjacent to each other. In a
Right,
way that could
yeah.
confuse people, I think that's priority, which I think is is fine how it is right now.
Yeah, they're far enough apart.
Can you tell it's either red or green?
It
Great.
depends on how much there is for my eyes to absorb. If it's a small little thing, I can't, there's a lot of colors I can't tell the difference of, but if it's big, then I may be able to.
So you're good
But if
with.
it's,
so
but if
you're
it's
good with
small on
stoplight.
here, what?
So you're good with stoplights.
Stoplights, yeah, traffic signals.
So the top one's red, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when they put it horizontal,
Oh,
Then it's.
that's a problem. That's a problem for me too.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't make sense.
But that is good to think about, but I think at least. For now, I think as long as we keep it so that reds and greens are not directly adjacent, then we're okay.
Okay, so if y'all wanna pull out your calendars. See if we can choose a date. To get to Whipple and put these up. November is pretty open. So. I'm gonna throw out. Let's see if I can calendar properly. How is November 8th or 9th for people?
Okay, and do one as an alternate in case of inclement weather.
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
let's go. Can we split the difference, make it 9:30?
Sure.
Reed, are you able to join us on?
I can do
that
the
weekend?
9th,
You can do the 9th?
or I can do the 9th, 15th, 22nd, 23rd, 29th, 30th.
Okay, so you can't do the 8th, the 9th and
I can do the
well,
You can do the
ninth.
ninth.
We'll make it the
Yeah.
9th and then a rain date.
Yeah, okay,
On weekend or something.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do, okay, so November 9th. 9:30. At Whipple. To do signs
Which
with a,
parking area?
the sandy bottom.
And are we also debrushing?
Sure, bring your clippers. And, there were some.
Like shovels to dig out roots?
Ooh, I don't know.
Filling ATV holes.
That bad.
It wasn't that bad. Most of the trails are pretty open. There were a
Okay.
couple logs, across a couple of the areas, but if we have more than one person, one old person like me, then we should be able to move them by hand without any trouble. Get them out of the way.
Do the signs need to be so far apart from each other?
No, we don't have any.
Okay.
We try and eyeball it to say, okay, well, I can see that one, so
Okay.
I'm gonna, just go on. We don't have any strategy on
Okay.
distance, yeah. We do, so we'll need, I think we're just gonna use
Nails. Because
nails,
the holes are small.
yeah. So bring your hammers. I'll bring a step ladder, because we also need to put them high enough up that people can't rip them down.
So maybe a few of us can, I have a little one.
Oh,
Okay.
one, two, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we can split up and
Yeah.
get it done a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I've done a lot faster.
So
So that's what we'll try to
Hole
do.
on the top and bottom or
Yep.
side?
Mhm.
Bottom, I think.
They don't have holes in them, existing holes.
They don't?
Maybe,
I thought they
I don't
did.
know. Do they?
Isn't your office right here?
Yeah.
We look at.
Yeah, if you want, I can.
Bring a red one and a green one. Bring a red and green one.
So how do you deal with the tree growing,
Yeah,
We had tree screws that, with
the spring?
the spring that
Springs.
goes out with them.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
That's not gonna affect, that's for the rigid signs. These are
Right.
just like flimsy plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I put tree tag signs on my trees along my trails and now they're starting to pop off as.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe we just do one nail then,
We get it high enough, height.
right? Cause
Enough
that
up,
way, I
yeah.
mean, it grow whatever, the tree.
How fast do y'all think trees grow?
Yeah, I think we're
Be
gonna be
surprised.
long gone before
Or I feel like we're putting them on
big trees,
Oh.
big ones.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
adult trees.
Last time.
Yeah, you don't always have big ones available.
Oh, good.
Okay, they do have this.
What color is this?
Like green?
Yeah. we got it.
Just one nail would be all right.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah.
No, no, well, I think tree by tree, we might need to assess it.
Yeah,
No,
But
some
then
trees
they
are
won't
gonna
grow.
grow. Yeah.
and if you do the spring behind it or some gap that
We
allows
had
the tree to grow.
such difficulty with those
Those
springs.
were-
Yeah.
I can't even tell you. We couldn't
Can you
even,
just put enough of a head on it so that we don't have to like put it like all the way flush?
yeah, we could put it,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
give it
yeah.
like a little bit of distance.
Good.
Mhm.
Are nails provided or just bring your own or?
I'll go get some nails.
Well, then
I have
you-
like boxes
we
there,
bring
so-
this-
Do you have
I might
boxes of
have a
nails?
couple nails.
One inch
Might-
I'll take care of
Mike,
it.
I like that. Mike,
Okay, so if you can, if anybody who has nails that they're willing to part with.
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is
We
it,
have a bunch.
is it nails that are easily cut by a chainsaw if these trees ever have to be cut up and don't want to hurt loggers later on?
they're never gonna be cut down.
This is,
If they fall, they might need to
Yeah.
be chopped up. Yeah, but they make nails that, and as a person who
really, the
does.
chainsaws cut?
With the conservationists will drill nails into trees, especially in the rainforest, to prevent them from chopping the trees down.
Spikes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that can injure,
Oh, yeah, you
injure
get a
people.
kickback on it.
no,
Chainsaw.
further on down the road.
Yeah.
All right, I will see if I can find appropriate logger safe nails.
Just, no, I was just, a
Not
thought.
too long, yeah.
We did not take that into account
No,
when
we
we
didn't.
put the other
Yeah.
ones. That's,
We didn't
Yeah,
have
before you go-
anybody who has that level of experience when we
Yeah.
bought these signs.
Ruh-roh.
Mhm.
Just like, we need to spend the money, and we had literally a week to buy them,
Mhm.
because the money was gonna go away.
Well, let's not scare Reed, because he was gonna be doing some chainsawing too, so.
No, I should-
We'll be very careful.
Careful.
All right, so we decided on November 9th at 9:30, Sandy Bottom entrance.
Yep.
Off Sandy Bottom Road. We'll walk into the boardwalk, we'll assign a color,
Yep.
or if you wanna pick a color, you can pick a color
And then the
between now
15th
and
is the
then.
alternate. Okay.
And then the 15th will be the alternate rain date. I will send out an email to everybody if we are going to cancel for the 9th and change to the 15th, but if you don't hear from me, go on the 15th. If you have any other questions, you can email me if you're wondering. I think we need to talk about it. Okay, so that's Whipple. We still do need to get to Bowden and such a huge area. It's very, and Sullivan. So
Yep.
why don't we get Whipple done first?
Yeah.
And then we'll discuss Bowden and Sullivan next. Okay. All right, trail system scheduling maintenance improvements. There's still the trash pile at Sullivan that I have to get out. And there's the track, oh, that's the other thing. The signs at Whipple. Please also come prepared with some trash bags, because down by the overlook, all the woods in here at the end of the boardwalk where you go down the river here, it's full of garbage. Everything is just all spread out. So if we can do a cleanup after we've done the signs. So it's gonna be a kind of a day long, not a day long, but depending on how fast we can put these others, it may not take that long, actually. We don't have that much to do. The yellow trail is already marked, so. Okay. So come with trash bags. Yeah. Josh, do you know if Parks and Rec is responsible for the trash barrel at Sandy Bottom Acres? Or is that Public Works?
That I don't know.
Okay. I'll ask Scott, then I'll reach out to Scott, because the trash barrel there was overflowing 2 years ago. It's just disgusting. Prescribed burns, Jenna's not here. I don't think she had anything in there. It's been kind of on the table for a while anyway. We'll skip that. GIS mapping. And that was already taken care of with the Sullivan map. And Elsa, was this the one that you wanted? For the other flyer, or was it Stella Hall? No, we did Stella Hall.
You said that.
Yeah,
That's what I wanted, but you sent it.
okay,
Before it's still.
but then you also have, is it Whipple that you're waiting for?
I'm not waiting for you.
You're not waiting for him? You had another flyer though, I thought that was
I
ready.
have a Whipple one that's ready.
A Whipple one.
It's just a matter, we've been like.
Okay, so when we take care of this, we can take care of your other flyer.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, because
Okay.
I wasn't waiting on it, but now for
Okay.
updating the trail colors, then
Yep.
we should wait.
Okay.
Hit that.
Okay. And so then this was the other GIS mapping that I did, was the Ledge Road and the history, so we already talked about that, so. If everybody's okay with it, I need to make Ledge Road stand out more, and I will get a better copy, but I'll get it laminated and put it in the kiosk. At both ends, that's Sullivan, and I'll get Cody to put it on the website.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have anything.
A plan to take the trails down the other end of the property?
We'd like to. I don't know if it's in the forest management plan. Art, do anything with Sullivan?
I've never seen the Sullivan
Okay,
plan.
so that must
I
have
don't
been.
know if there is a
actually-
Sullivan plan. There is a plan for everything.
We just don't have the manpower to do anything.
Bowden has a management plan. Nayland, I don't even know where that is.
It's
Malin
on the other
and-
side of the Trestle Trail from Grote.
You can't access it.
and Whipple has a management plan, but that's it, that's all that was in.
Odin has one also.
Yeah. That's what I just said, but I don't see one for Sullivan.
And,
It may have been purchased after you were already, after you were off the
yeah,
interest.
I believe
you wouldn't
so.
have put it
I
out.
remember being discussed, but it was after me.
Yeah,
Grote was the last one
Okay.
we did.
So Nayland, I think it's this one. So here's Stump Pond, here's Stella Hall.
it's just, it's all brambles.
Different house.
Yeah, it's impossible to negotiate. We walked it briefly, but you couldn't get very far. And there's no access to it except for the trail. And then it goes right into the water. It's kind of a nice piece of property in that respect. You can't get there.
I mean, you'd have to park here, walk down the trail.
Yep.
The trestle trail to get to it and then go in, which would be a nice walk.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's tough to,
Especially getting down to the Stump Pond.
Yeah.
Through the woods, nice trail going
Yeah.
through,
Yeah.
peeking around
Yeah.
Stump
So it's
Pond.
right across from Bowden.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
yeah, so you could potentially get the trail down this lower south trail and then cross over and then walk back up. So we could do a trail there.
Very cool.
So yeah, I mean, I know Jenna and I certainly have talked about trying to go north into Sullivan. We just haven't had the manpower, even the money to have like a tree chopper come or help us figure out the path. So. But we'd like to. I don't have anything on the wildlife camera, it hasn't been out. Coventry Land Trust ID, those are the badges I handed out with the parking placard. At least I think that's what was supposed to be. And conservation easement strategy, we are waiting on Maria's conversation with Jenna to figure out what dates she can come. Not as early as I wanted to get out, but we're almost there. Any issues of interest for November? Anything that I didn't cover? Anything that we need to talk about more? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Nothing? Oh,
How
what's
about,
that?
in writing, what can we utilize the protected fund for
Oh, clarity.
officially?
Yep.
Officially.
Yeah, I mean, I think just anything that we've asked Josh to look into. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I personally, I think all the way it reads in the state statute, the money can be used for us to manage the land because it is land. It has to be managed. Trails have to go in there. Forest management plans have to be developed. Some of the activities, yes, we can get money back from. Like in Bowden, we were going to do a thinning. We put out the bid for a company to come in and log the property, and that would have given us X amount of extra cash for us
Oh,
to utilize.
Yeah. Sold the logs.
So that's a money making thing,
Right.
plus beneficial for forest regeneration of the property.
We did bring that up. No, you can't do that. With that good.
And we keep hearing no, but
I know, but no,
what
that's
can
good.
we, no,
Right,
other than
exactly.
get it, I want it in writing exactly what we,
Yep.
what we can use it for and why can't we use it when it says manage properties.
Yep.
Jenna's gonna spend it all burning our forest.
Some of it needs it, but not too close to my forest.
Okay, do we have any public comment?
Was anybody on?
No.
Comment,
No, so
Oh, that's
it
good.
just recorded, it is not live streamed.
Oh, okay. That was
Good
it.
enough. Motion to adjourn.
Wait, so
Oh, no.
if it's not live streamed, then why do we have to announce? It's just because people might show up in person? We
I'm
had
not-
we had to bump the meeting from last week because you didn't provide the date and.
That's the 48-hour.
Yeah, that's because I didn't post the agenda to the Secretary of
Okay,
State's website.
Yeah.
okay.
Because that would have the link, the Zoom link on it as well as the agenda. That way people could decide they want to sign it.
We
But
actually
he's saying they can't.
don't post the Zoom link on the agenda.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, the town council still does.
Yes,
Okay.
But you're saying people can't join live now.
correct.
They have to be here.
Yes.
I will make a motion.
Do I have a second?
That's it.
Okay, so Elsa made the motion, Justine seconded, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
All approved?
All approved? All approved?
I would object, they'll have me to deal with.
Thank you for attending, thank you for all your
Thank you.
work, thank you.
Good job.
A little bit of progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, that's what, thank you for having me.
We would love to have you more consistent. Always things to do, and then we're probably loud. Done.
Reel them in. Reel them in.
This is generally
Should I
what a
hang-
meeting goes like.
Yeah, should I hang on to these?
Yep.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
can, that'd be great.
Josh, I'll drop off the other gift cards and the
Yep.
names of the people who have it after I email them all.
Yep.
Thank
And
you.
I have Jenna's.
Oh, you can, thank you for,
badge.
you can return these?
Yeah.
I just wanted to show everybody.
Yep.
You have
Thank
my email, right?
Yes, I do,
Okay.
I do from before,
All right.
so I need to get
I'll
you
bring-
on my,
Could you stop the live stream?
oh, no. If you do wanna think about becoming a member, there's
Yeah.
an application form.
Yeah, I saw that on the
Yeah.
town website.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, so,
Yeah, I can do that tomorrow.
okay,
Yeah.
we hope you will.
Yeah, no sweat. Right. Everything that you guys.
Yeah,
do.
no, we
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
we have a lot of things to do and very
Yeah.
few people to do them.